Hello and hello. Thank you for joining me today. Someone informed me that apparently I'm pronouncing hello incorrectly, which I don't understand. How could I be pronouncing it incorrectly? It's literally spelled Hallo.
Hallo. Hallo. Hallo.
I think I'm pretty spot on. Hello. Maybe I'm a little bit, hello. Maybe you don't say it exactly like that, but
Hallo.
I'm getting the word across, I think, hopefully. I mean, I've said it in like 1,000 videos by now, so hopefully you guys know what I'm trying to say. Hello. Gulia sent in this video though. Why was Bonn the capital of West Germany? Which I want to know that answer. Why was it? What even is Bonn? No offense to anybody out there tuning in from Bonn, but who even are you? Are you the inventor of the bonbon? This is, the only thing I think of. Did you guys invent bonbons? It's a chocolate confection. No? Then why were you the capital of West Germany? History Matters. It's a great channel. Go check them out. Link down below. I want to know.
After its defeat in World War II, Germany was split into two parts. East Germany with its capital of Berlin and West Germany with its capital of Bonn, which is here and had a
He sounds so disappointed.
population of about 110,000 people in a nation of about 50 million.
Wow. That's actually similar size to the city I live in. About 110,000 people. Pretty small city. That would be extremely weird if this city was the capital of America.
And given that there were much larger, more important cities in West Germany at the time...
more important. You didn't have to say that.
Why was Bonn chosen as its capital? So as of 1949, Germany was divided into four parts, and the three controlled by the Western powers were merged into the Federal Republic of Germany. With the Allies preparing to hand over the role of civilian government to the West Germans, the first thing that needed to be picked was where this government would operate from. And the temporary location chosen was Bonn. This was because Bonn was one of the larger towns in West Germany that hadn't been bombed to ruins. However,
that makes sense.
It was...
So it's actually the fact that it is a small town. That's why it wasn't bombed to ruins, which is why it's now the capital.
It was only supposed to be a stopgap until the politicians of West Germany could pick a new capital.
Okay.
So why did they keep it there? Well, there were many reasons, and numerous larger cities were put forward. Frankfurt, Cologne and Munich were candidates for the capital, but all of them were somewhat bombed and occupied. The buildings that were still standing were either being used as emergency housing or by the Allied armies as bases. As such, the West German government would need to spend considerable sums of money to build a new parliament, as well as the massive...
I was just laughing at that guy's sign that it said, "It has a roof."
West German government would need to spend considerable...
I didn't want anybody to think I was laughing at, what he was saying.
...by the Allied armies as bases.
It has a roof.
As such, the West German government would need to spend considerable sums of money to build a new parliament, as well as the massive infrastructure needed to support it. Money which many at the time felt that the government didn't have. Furthermore, German Chancellor Konrad Adenauer and his opponent Kurt Schumacher didn't want the West German capital to be somewhere with lots of foreign troops around. Schumacher soon found himself a little bit dead, and his successors pushed for Frankfurt because of its central location. They weren't in power though, so it wasn't up to them and largely fell to Adenauer and his party to decide. Adenauer didn't want the Federal Republic's new capital to be a major city because he felt that such a move would look permanent, and thus it would appear to be a concession that Germany would remain divided forever.
Wow. Now this guy's thinking in 4D chess.
Another concern was that the new capital couldn't be anywhere with a strong association with the previous regime. With this in mind, Adenauer needed to find a small town without Allied troops with no connection to the war that was large enough to house a parliament.
Not a crater.
Which didn't leave much. The French refused to withdraw from any town in their former occupation zone since they saw it as a sign of weakness. Whereas the Americans preferred that the new government would be seated in a larger city, but they also refused to remove their soldiers from there. This left only the British, who had already agreed to withdraw forces from Bonn, not because of any sympathy towards German feeling, but because not stationing troops in a town is cheaper than stationing troops in a town, and Britain was broke. Bonn had a lot of unbombed, unoccupied buildings that were suitable for use, and also had nothing to do with the previous regime. In fact, it was the birthplace of Beethoven, and thus appealed to a vision of Germany distinct from its Prussian or imperial past. And another
That
bonus
alone makes it pretty notable. The birthplace of freaking Beethoven.
was that it was only a 20-minute drive from Adenauer's house. And given that the government was already there, they just, well, chose to stay. And in fact, when Germany reunited in 1990, there was a vote to move the capital from Bonn to Berlin. Most West German politicians voted for it to remain in Bonn. However, when the votes of East German politicians were included, it tipped the balance by a mere 18 votes.
Wow.
And thus Berlin took over as the new capital
Wow, the capital could have stayed Bonn.
of a united Germany. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
That was very informative. Interesting. Okay. It's so crazy to think from an American perspective, since America has never been, like, attacked. It's crazy to think so many big cities, it's like, oh, we can't have it in all these big cities, Munich or Cologne, because they're bombed to ruins. That's insane. And to think it wasn't even that long ago. And now look at it today. Those cities are beautiful. It's just unbelievable. But that was actually a really satisfying answer. That's very interesting. I never thought about that at all. That makes perfect sense. It was not associated with the old regime. I like the strategy. We need to pick a place that doesn't seem permanent, so that it's apparent that we still want to reunite with East Germany. Wow. That makes sense. Shout out to anybody from Bonn. From one small town to another. You matter. And Beethoven, what a legend. I enjoyed that video. Thank you, History Matters, for informing me. But Frankfurt does have the best hot dogs. But Bonn has the best chocolates. You guys have probably never heard of this, bonbons. I'm guessing. Unless this actually is from Bonn. Oh, nope, France. Not stationing troops is cheaper than stationing troops. Yes, that's true. Most top-tier political and economical advice. Yeah, apparently America never got the memo on this one. It would seem, at least to me. I think America thinks we make money by stationing troops elsewhere in the world. As a German, I think Bonn remaining the capital after reunification would have been a terrible decision. Wow. Berlin was the only city that would truly symbolize unity. That's true, because of like the placement and the wall and everything. Yeah, it does. Yeah. But wow, terrible decision. Okay. Damn. I had no idea we were so close to having Bonn as the permanent capital of United Germany. Crazy. That is crazy. All right. But I bet by now, if it had been Bonn, Bonn would probably be a big city, right? Maybe. I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you're having a phenomenal weekend. Go find you a bonbon and a Frankfurter, and have a phenomenal Sunday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.